Hey class, Miss Bradshaw or Mrs. Ingebretson here. I'm going to show you how to make some cool bread that's super easy. In the bowl I have 3 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of yeast. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this around so it all gets in there. And then, really simple, we're going to add 1.5 cups of semi-warm water, and all I'm going to do is mix it until it just kind of comes together. Okay, I mixed it for just like 1 minute until it came to look like this, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a clean towel over it, and I'm going to let it rest for 3 hours or overnight. And today I'm going to leave it overnight, and I'm going to show you the rest of it tomorrow. So there you go. Hello. All right, so we're going to continue making our bread here. So I have plastic wrap over it. What you'll do is you'll just dust a cutting board with a little bit of flour, and then you will just dump this dough onto the board, and it will be a nice little chunk of dough like that. And sprinkle it with a little bit more flour. And all you have to do is just knead it just a couple of different times. This bread dough does not require a ton of kneading. A lot of other bread doughs, you have to knead it in something like this for a while. This specific recipe doesn't, so that's why I thought it would be a fun one to show you. All bread recipes are different though. But once it looks something like that, then you can put it in your parchment-lined bowl. Now, my parchment paper is made for French macaroons because I love French macaroons, so that's why there's dots on it. But usually you would just put it on a normal parchment paper in a bowl. And I'm gonna let this rise now for 30 more minutes. Thanks. All right, in the meantime, you wanna preheat your oven to 450. And then you'll also need this tool right here. This is a Dutch oven, and don't worry, mine's not dirty. It's just when it goes in this high of a heat, it gets really dark in areas. But what you'll do is you'll put this in the oven at 450, and you'll want to heat this up. You're eventually going to put the bread in here, and in this pot it creates a lot of steam. At the bakeries that you know, when they make bread at bakeries, they have high-tech ovens that create steam automatically. This is one way you can do it. You can use a Dutch oven like this and put the lid on it, have it hot before, and it will create steam naturally. All right, so our bread here, it doesn't rise too much, but it's softened a little bit and just rises a little bit. So I'm going to take the really hot Dutch oven out of the oven. It's super hot, so be very careful and make sure you use adequate hot rods. So lots of heat in here right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this, and then I'm going to just take the paper like so, and I can just place it in there. Don't grab without folding pads. There we go. And don't worry if the paper's showing a little bit. It will get a little bit brown, but it won't be a problem. And then I'm going to put it back in the oven. So this is now creating steam, which is going to give it a harder crust. I'm going to cook that for 30 to 40 minutes, and then it will develop that nice crust. And then after, I'm going to take it out, I'm going to take off the lid, I'm going to cook it for 10 more minutes just to make that nice brown crust again. All right, it cooked for 30 minutes. We'll see how it turned out. Oh, it's beautiful. So see how that has a crisp crust? That's because we created steam. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it just a little bit more, about 8 to 10 more minutes, just to cook it a little bit more and brown that crust just a tad more. All right, guess what, you guys? We forgot to take a picture of it when it was finally done. Because we were really excited to eat it, but this is what it looks like, and when you cut it, oh my goodness, it looks like that.
It has a really awesome crust. So, really awesome bread. If you try it, let me know. Tell me how it turns out.